Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Friday the 22nd of October 2021. So inflationary storm forces Unilever to raise prices faster in 7 years. We continue to take pricing responsibly, and that's in relation to the very high levels of inflation we're seeing. There's not a lot really you can add to that, is there? I mean, we're seeing it, yet it's not being reflected in the CPI numbers, which isn't unusual, is it? The only other news really is very quiet this week on the news fronts. Future slide on stagflation fears as 10-year yield spikes. So again, that's rates moving high. Disappointing results from Tesla and IBM are not helping the mood. So there's a couple of articles about some other companies as well. If they're not hitting the targets on the earnings reports, then they are being slammed in the market. News for today, well, it's all flash news today, apart from the retail sales at 7 a.m, which are forecast to be stronger. But after that, it's that one day in the month where we get all of the flash news. Very irritating morning this is, because no sooner you've got into a trade than 15 minutes later, half an hour later, half an hour in that morning period that you've got to be aware of the flash news coming out from other European countries. 4 p.m. we've got Powell speaking. I thought he was away. I'm not seeing any sign of him this week, and he's out at 4. And then tentative, we got Treasury currency reports. So that's not actually had a time assigned to it yet. So let's have a look at the Dow for yesterday. It's been a fairly quiet week, one way or another, as we apart from making the new all-time high, but then that's nothing exciting anymore, is it? Because that's what keeps happening, by the dip, and the market moves back to the all-time high. Yesterday there was some selling in the dailies, or pressure in the daily. There you can see we've got an inside bar and the volume is greater, which is an indication of potential weakness. The market at the moment refusing to take out the high from Wednesday of 35,673, which is the new all-time high there. But you can see that the previous high as well at 35,628 is also offering some resistance at the moment as well. So both of these need to be taken out if prices are to move back to the upside and also create another new all-time high. Well, Friday is the day to do that if you're going to do it. Here we've got the 30-minute chart. Yesterday, it was really quiet in the afternoon, and then at 4:30 we saw a drop, and then we saw the market buy back, and then we saw some assistance. Whether it's by the plunge protection team or not, I very much doubt, because it's not a big enough drop to actually encourage them to come in. But certainly the trading desk at the Fed bringing the market back. And overnight you can see that prices are struggling a bit there, because if we go from this high to this low and project back, you will see that the market stopping at 89% there. So also notice this as well. If I actually draw this in from here to here to here and project back, you'll also see another 89 there, bang on there, and the market moving to the downside at the moment. So a bit of resistance there on the upside. That's what is being shown at the moment intraday in the Dow. In the German DAX, nothing really happening. I say it's quiet, and you can see this in the DAX. It's sideways for the week. Price is just sitting in a range between that 78 and 89 there, and 38% support on the downside from here to here projected back. So again, the daily chart of the DAX not showing a great deal. The 30 minutes, we had a bit of a sell-off going into the afternoon, into the futures, the futures in the morning, and then the cash opening, and doing the same as it did on have a look here on Wednesday, when prices shot to the upside, and they did exactly the same during yesterday morning session as well once the cash market opened. Didn't really follow the Dow down too much, and the afternoon was just really sideways and choppy, which we'll look at now. So yesterday, you can see there in more detail the futures market moving low. We had an initial sell off in the cash market, which again we've spoken about this week. We then get a reversal with the buying coming in following the selling. We had a signal, and then the market moved to the upside. Now, well, unfortunately, on this one, the market came back below the 5-bar moving average here, just at the scalp. But it did hold at the BRN as a small increase in volume there as well, and also prices coming off the low, holding at the BRN and then closing back above the 5-bar moving average and moving up. And then that's just where the market held. We had the move down just before the Dow opened, which you can see here, and then we just traded sideways all afternoon. Really quiet afternoon for the Dow. So yeah, let's see what happens today with regards to these. At the moment, the DAX is moving to the upside slightly. I'm just going to draw from here to here and project back, and you'll see that just move this 78% retracement if I can find it. Just move that one out of the way. And there we go. So we can see there's going to be a lot of resistance in this area here should prices continue to move higher. And again, like the Dow, you've got that 38% on the downside for the first downside target should prices move lower. Now, in the metals markets, surprise, silver didn't really sell off yesterday, despite the fact that there was a lot of selling in this market. Overnight prices are holding at the 24 10.5 level. The market needs to move higher through the 89 in order to head up towards that $25 per ounce. Nickel prices are at 7-year highs. Copper prices all-time highs. Aluminium at all-time highs. So it's just a matter of when the manipulators will stop and allow the price of silver to move higher. Like I've said before, it's actually 50% lower than it was in 1979. 42 years ago, the price of silver was $50 an ounce, and now it's $25, and it's insane. Simple. I can't say any more, can you really? If you can't see the logic in that as a valued trade, you know, we talk about, or undervalued, not valued, undervalued, seriously undervalued by 60 odd percent. In gold, this also a bit of a mixed day for gold, but moving up on the overnight, and that's because the dollar's got a bit of weakness there, but not a great deal. If you look at the 30-minute chart, it's just sitting sideways, and silver also just sitting sideways there as well after being moved to the downside during yesterday. But look at the volume yesterday in the 30-minute. As they tried to slam it, they obviously brought it back because we got demand here, and then when we got down to $24 per ounce, no volume, so they were just testing to see if anybody wanted to sell below the 24 level. They didn't, and they brought the market back. Okay, that will do it for this one. If there is anything else to report, I'll let you know. Be aware of the flash news this morning, heading into the weekend, so have a great weekend. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.